All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for a spectacle that you've probably seen before 1,000 times over, tens of thousands of performances, the greatest showmanship on planet Earth? Top 10 is what we're getting into. We have a new segment. We're calling it, Do You Know What's Popular? And we're just going to, this would be like a top 10 segment where we delve into the top 10 things, and not necessarily your general, like, oh, what's the top 10 cups? I don't know.
The ones that work.
But maybe taking a little twist. So this week, what I want to talk about, magicians. Are you into
Love
magic?
it.
You a magic man?
I'm a magic man.
What
Dude,
about
I'm into magic?
DJ Endzone? What about you?
Oh, you know I'm all about the magic, dude.
All about the voodoo?
I'm into that dark magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're more into the Dark Island magic kind of shit.
So what? I don't want to get in who are the top 10 magicians.
Oh,
Not just that.
yeah, because that's an endless debate. That's
Yeah.
forever.
It's Houdini.
Yeah,
But aside from that, like who's two? You're asking like who's 2 through 9 or 10 at that point.
yeah.
I want to know who are the top 10 grossing magicians, like net worth.
Ooh, okay, net worth. Good. Because this is just the parameters. This is all in. This isn't just shows. This isn't just LA. This is like all time. Okay.
Yeah, what like maybe you wrote a book, or maybe you did some TV shows. So it's like, it's not just who is the best illusionist or
Yeah.
actual wizard, perhaps. So
Actual wizards, because we know they're out there. Ian McKellen,
Yeah,
highest grossing wizard of all time.
exactly. And then do you take those X-Men as wizards too, like, or
Metal
sorcerers?
wizards,
Technically sorcerers? I don't know. Okay,
Sorcerer Supreme.
before we get into it, do you guys have any guesses who would be on this list?
Yeah, I definitely have a guess, at least of a couple names. I don't know where they rank, but
Yeah, throw them out. Like, what are you thinking?
I gotta put. I'm gonna put Penn and Teller in the top 3. Are you? They go as a group, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not independent.
Divide in half. Penn and Teller is definitely in the top 3
Yeah, I like that.
because they have a lot of TV shows now and all that stuff. So I'd
That's
put Penn
a
and
good
Teller
choice.
in the top 3. I would say Copperfield probably in the top 3 just because he's been around for so long and he's
Yeah.
probably the most synonymous
And
with modern magic.
And he has like investment in copper, so
Whole fields of copper. He owns whole fields of copper. David Copperfield, and then it's like I know Chris Angel. I'm acting really smart. I'm just naming you just magicians I know.
Hey, that's all you gotta do sometimes. Just show up.
I think there's a duel between Chris Angel and David Blaine. I think those guys they're about the same. They have the same gimmick.
A little similar, kind of like. We'll get into it, but
Okay.
I just want to throw this like clickbait title out there. Top 10 net worth magicians. Number 6 will blow your mind. All right.
I anticipate it.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into this. Number 10. You just said his name. David Blaine.
Oh wow.
He goes back to 80s, 90s with that street magic.
Really?
Yeah.
He was around in the 80s?
I think he was like getting started, but
Okay.
he kind of started that street magic vibe of like low key. All right, pick a card, and then
I'm gonna pull this out of my chest.
exactly. No, just watch.
And everyone's like throwing up in bags.
Yeah,
There's an assistant passing out like air flight bags. This is gonna gross you out.
exactly. Like so, he had that like no energy, but like just kind of cool. Like nothing can phase me.
The emo black clad eyeliner magician guy.
It was pretty sweet in a way. Like it's like this guy's these guys an actual wizard, and then pulling shit out of his eyeball or something. But yeah, so it was like what you would think like a huge contrast to big showman stage magicians. Like he's just out there with the people on the street. This is it. Like bare bones.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna hit you hard without being flashy.
Okay.
And then what was that? YouTube. So those people did those YouTube videos.
Oh yeah, they were trolling David Blaine every day. It's like a guy would like tape like a felt mustache on, go around and make doves fly out of people's butts. It was great.
What the F, David Blaine? That's just what I remember. Like Cheez-Its. Like he's like, what's in that cup? It's orange soda, whatever. It's like, is it orange soda? And then oh my God, they're Jesus. What the F? That was like great time for the internet.
Yeah. The golden ages.
All right, moving on. Number 9, The Amazing Jonathan. Are you guys aware of The Amazing?
Yeah, The Amazing Jonathan, because he was a stand-up comic too, right?
Yeah,
He had a whole bit. Yeah.
Blended the gap of comedy and magic.
Yep.
Crude humor, like just disgusting stuff. I remember watching him and it's like, man, this guy is hilarious. And I went through and watched like a clip from all these, and like just the misdirection of his jokes. Like,
yeah,
he could. I feel like he could make it as a comedian. He can make it as a magician. Like doing both equally well and awesome and amazing. I mean.
Yeah. To piggyback off that, he was a wacky guy, and there's the Amazing Jonathan documentary. That's the title of the documentary.
I gotta watch.
But it's worth a watch because there's this filmmaker starts like getting to know him really personally, and there's some really dark stuff. Because where it's challenging to be a magician and be an entertainer, it's also challenging to be a comedian. As we just saw with like Bob Saget passing the road, being on the road, doing all that stuff. Yeah, send him off. R.I.P. Lots of love. But like the idea of constantly having to entertain people from multiple angles, because not only do you have humor fans in the audience, not only do you have magic fans in the audience, you have blended audience. You got to splice both. The documentary goes into it, but he's a crazy dude. He's like, yeah, man, he's talking directly to like the documentary filmmakers. You have this whole this is you. You have exclusive rights. And then like halfway through the documentary, there's like other people like walking around with like cameras. And it's like he pitted 2 documentary film crews against each other at the same time to like capture his life. It's a good documentary. It's really wild. So I recommend that one.
Cool. All right, we'll get to the next one. Number 8, you might not have heard of him. Yuri Geller. And
rings a bell.
Yeah, like the name pops like, oh, that sounds familiar. So what he did is controversial magic, name and magic. And so what he does is he claims to have psychokinetic abilities, the ability to move things with his mind, and he claimed to be like actually psychic as well.
Okay.
And he was on Johnny Carson way back in the day, and they had all these things set up that he can bend spoons just by like rubbing them or looking at them, or they had like this like pyramid of water cups or like triangle. Or one of them didn't have water or something, or one of them did have, and he was like supposedly able to put his hand over and tell which of the 10 had water. And this man, he might not have any of these abilities, but he does have the ability to bullshit for 20 minutes.
That's brilliant.
And extend time and just pass like, oh, I'm not feeling the cosmos right now. But he made all his money. He's selling, like books and stuff. And the other thing is
big publishing.
Yeah, big publishing.
Okay.
And I forgot it, so we're just gonna move on because
okay. What was that? Number 7?
That was number 8.
Number 8.
And on number 7,
we got some ground to make.
Yeah, we do. Hans Clock. Oh, let me run back real quick. And so David Blaine was 12 million. Amazing Jonathan 15 million. Yuri Geller 20 million. Hans Clock 25 million. So he's a big showman.
Whoa.
Kind of looks like Patrick Swayze in a way.
Yeah.
He is considered to be the world's fastest illusionist. So he'll get on stage and like in 5 minutes he'll rattle out like 40 illusions of
really.
Yeah, of like, changing his clothes, changing someone else's clothes, like getting through like these bars and like hands chained. And,
what's this guy's name?
Hans Clock.
Hans Clock.
Hans
Clock. With a K. So he's just like, if he had a Vegas show, he would easily be at the top of this list because he would go in, be like, boom, 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 boom. 10 minutes later, all right, everybody, that's the show. Get out, get the fuck out. And then like,
we got to reset.
Leaves, resets. Another show comes in. And he just works for 3 hours a day. And he's the highest grossing magician.
I mean, that's why he's $25 million net worth.
Yeah.
He's the hardest working magician.
Brilliant. He's just working smarter, not harder. There you go.
All right. Number 6, the one that's going to blow your mind that you did not expect, but you love him. I know you love him. Neil Patrick Harris.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What?
He is a legit magician. Ever since a kid, he's always loved magic, according to this interview with that I saw. I forgot who it was. He's gone as far as serving as the president of the board of directors of Hollywood's Magic Castle. And, I mean, compared to, like, he doesn't
That's why
do
Barney
shows.
was always trying to do stuff at the show.
Exactly.
Right?
That's a personal touch from How I Met Your Mother character Barney Stinson. Like he's doing magic tricks. So
What?
he probably added that in on his own.
Yeah.
That's
That's weird. His Wikipedia page: actor, singer, writer, producer, and television host. Which is like, I feel like you should put magician right at the front of that.
yeah. People are like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then more people would know.
Let's edit it right now.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like on the list, like comparatively to everyone else, he's not famous for magic, and then made, but 40 million otherwise, like that's pretty sweet. And moving on, number 5, Chris Angel, mind freak, $50 million.
Whoa.
All the rage in the early aughts, and But yeah, like you said earlier, he's kind of got that David Blaine vibe. Like I think he's a little more edgy emo than David Blaine was.
He probably just capitalized on that feel, like at a more modern era that wanted it.
Yeah.
So it was really like Blaine precursor and paved the way, and then Chris Angel was just like, I'm gonna take this. I remember Chris Angel doing bigger kind of like stunts and stuff for MTV.
Yeah.
Like he kind of got the TV contracts and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's doing a lot of TV shows. That's why he kind of built up, and
Yeah.
I think he's trying to get a new mind freak out.
Okay.
In recent times.
Nice.
Thing with him though is like people just criticize him for having staged or plants of actors for his stuff. So
Yeah.
it just doesn't look as authentic for some of them. Too big of a production for street magic, I feel. Moving on. So Chris Angel, 50 million. Lance Burton, 100 million.
Lance Burton.
He's, I would consider just like a classic stage performer magician. Clean cut, sharp, got the pigeons, the whole shebang.
Oh, yeah.
31 years of performing in Vegas.
Whoa.
One thing about him, 100 million. One thing that I remember as a kid is it was like the Lance Burton, like some event on TV, and he was like, all right, so what I want you to do, take like a quarter, get a quarter in your hands, kids, put that quarter in your hand, cover it up so that there's no light getting in. Now hold it, and then whisper into your hand 3 times, Lance Burton. So like, Lance Burton, Lance Burton, Lance Burton. And then no, he's like, what I want you to do, go run into your bedroom and put that under your pillow. and so I'm like, okay, sweet. So we go do that, and you wake up in the morning, and it's like turned into $1. It's like, oh shit, Lance Burton's the fucking man. Later on, I kind of pieced it together that probably as we ran out of the room, he was like, all right, parents, this is your cue.
Yeah.
Take $1, put it on their pillow. Like,
Yeah. Which is brilliant. Just get the whole family involved.
Exactly. But
Love it.
I always remembered that, like I just thought his name always stuck in my mind because of that.
Yeah.
That
was 5.
That was 4.
4 at 100 million. So there's 3 left.
3 left.
Whoa. These numbers are getting big.
Yeah. So 3, a pair, and you said top 3, didn't you?
Yeah.
Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah.
The Tiger Kings, the real Tiger Kings. Siegfried and Roy, may they rest in peace.
Man, I forgot about
amazing showmen using white lions and tigers in their show notoriously back in 2003. Roy was attacked by one of the stage tigers, Montecore. He was going.
Montecore.
He felt something was off. Like he saw. They say that the tiger saw someone in the
Oh, jeez.
front row, maybe killed his mother or something. Or just something with
Went
flashy
into a rage.
something. Yeah,
Went
like
into a
kind of like
rage.
thrown off. So Roy stepped in between them, and to try to calm Montecore down, and then kind of took the brunt of just couldn't get him under control.
I feel like you're asking for it at that point. I'm in that camp. Yeah.
So he saved somebody's life.
He saved someone's life, but
Which he should be well rewarded.
exactly. And he was like, he's not a bad tiger. It was just
He's not a bad tiger.
It's just circumstance.
I bet you it was just somebody like some, Las Vegas person just sequins.
Yeah.
Like, and the tiger was like, oh, freaking out. Yeah. I must get it. Like just, Or they're just wearing like a really weird dress with a bunch of like little things, just like jingling like bells. They're just like, oh, this is my cool outfit for New Year's
or like
Eve.
like
it's
strings
like jingling and jangling as they're laughing. It's like a target for Montecore.
That was we got a cat around the same time, and he liked to attack people. So that's why I named him Monty.
Monty, there it is. That's what happened.
That's why. But he was a cool cat.
So what were they worth again?
120 million.
120. But they also had the okay. So they had the big cats, and I couldn't remember. I thought they just had the big cats running around, but they did have the magic. Okay.
Yeah, it was magic and
sweet.
But that was their pull is the cats. So number 2, Penn and Teller.
Okay.
300 million. I would argue that they're 2 of the biggest names in magic today.
Yeah.
Like performing and, in the media and stuff. They've been doing magic together for 45 years.
Wow.
That's insane.
I think so. Teller's the silent one, right?
Yeah.
I thought Teller, like early on, he was a talkie. Like he was always the whole way.
Even like I love Penn and Teller, and so Teller even started his magic like back in college, probably before that, but like he was performing silent magic at like parties and stuff.
Wow.
And he's like, even when people would heckle me, I would just be quiet.
It's brilliant.
That's part of the gimmick.
Oh, so that's just a shtick. That's not because I could never figure it out because I'd never gotten into it enough. So I was just like, is this guy really deaf? What's going on?
Yeah. The DJ Endzone actually thinks that he's missing his tongue. Like it's just like gone. Just like
it's a great thing to believe when you're a kid.
And I think that kind of boosts his persona. It's just like, and his facial expressions are just so good.
His timing is comedic timing.
45 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But he's actually a director too.
Really?
Teller. Yeah.
Huh. Of like stage shows or of
like movies and documentaries and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So all these magic people or whatever creative types.
Yeah.
It blends the line between mediums.
Yeah.
And number 1 on the list. I know we're running long here. David Copperfield.
Okay, so I got that. I got two in the top 3.
Yeah, and you were right, nailed it. So yeah, Penn and Teller 300 million. What do you think Copperfield?
650.
650.
700.
700. Man, you guys are selling this man way short. $1 billion.
He's like, watch this. I'm gonna rub my hands. The money in your pocket is now in my pocket.
Yeah, exactly. David Seth Kotkin is his name, or everyone knows him, Mr. David Copperfield. He's done a number of vanishing tricks, including notoriously moving the Statue of Liberty.
Wow.
Other ones such as a commercial airplane, a Learjet. He's teleported. He phased through walls like the Great Wall of China. The man is top of the list of entertainmentship and showmanship. Like,
I don't know how he did that. Like I can't even believe
magic.
Like just to conceive. I don't know. I mean, he probably started going to engineering school. He's just like, I'm way better than this.
Well, you know why?
You know Nikola Tesla? Yeah, that guy's small. He's chump change.
Chump change.
Thomas Edison? Forget that guy. Watch this. I'll walk through a wall.
Blow people's minds. Like they burned people for being witches. What would they have done to magicians?
What would they have done to David Copperfield?
David Copperfield.
They wouldn't. He would just teleport them somewhere.
He'd just be like, well, no, David Copperfield is probably the equivalent of Merlin. Like Merlin was probably just a David Copperfield in his time, but back then, like people just believed him. Now we're just like have a healthy dose of skepticism from the time we're 3 years old. But back then, you were 30 and you still were. This guy just made a frog jump on my ass. Like,
oh, you make that frog jump out my ass?
More witches, very small rocks.
Yeah.